Here we're again asked to find the slope of a line, but this time the ordered pairs are going to have like some fractions and things involved, so we just want to see what that's going to look like in terms of operations and such. So we know that to be able to find the slope of a line, that we want to find the change in the y's over the change in the x's. And so if I choose this y to start with, and then we subtract away the other y, we end up getting negative 4/3 minus positive 1/3 for the change in the y's, and then for the change in the x's, we'll have to start with 3, since we started with negative 4/3, so 3 minus, and then the other x coordinate is negative 3/4. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to simplify our numerator. So it turns out that right there, negative 4/3 and minus 1/3, they have the same denominator of 3. So we end up just getting negative 5/3 when we combine those fractions. But for the blue ones, we don't have common denominators, so we're going to have to multiply the 3 by 4 over 4 to get the common denominator of 4 there. So we end up getting 12/4, and then because we were minusing a negative, it ends up being plus 3/4, and so then that ends up giving us then 15/4 there in the denominator. So really, we're taking the number negative 5/3 and dividing it by 15/4. So whenever we have the fact that we are dividing by a fraction, then we can just like flip that and make that negative 5/3 and multiply by the reciprocal, which is 4/15. So that ends up giving you then negative 20 over 45. You are able to reduce that because we can take out that factor of 5. It's going to give you negative 4 over 9 then. So that would end up being the slope of that particular line. And then just another example right here. So similar sort of a scenario, just with some fractions. You've got 5 over 9 minus 2 over 5 for the rise, and then for the run, we'll want to take negative 7/5 and subtract away 3/5. So you can see in the numerator right there, we've got 9ths and 5ths. So 9 and 5 both go into 45. So we can multiply this guy here by 5 over 5 then to give you 25 over 45. And then we'll multiply this one by 9 over 9 to give you 18 over 45. And then in the bottom, they actually have common denominators of 5. So you end up just getting negative 10 over 5 right there. So now what we have is we just have 7 over 45, and then actually negative 10/5 reduces down to negative 2. So really just have 7 over 45 over negative 2, which if you think about that as 7 over 45 divided by negative 2, that's the same thing as 7 over 45, but then multiplied by the reciprocal, which is negative 1/2. And then you can see that we're going to get out of that then negative 7, and 45 times 2 is 90. So negative 7/90ths would be the slope of that particular line there.